going on, family? What is going on? It is the one and only, the Lions Den. Y'all thought I was about to say Mike Lewis, didn't you? Nope, nope. It's the Lions Den, family. What's going on, y'all? It is, of course, that time where we come together and learn how to face the lion, face the roar every single day. And I'm excited. I'm excited about what we're going to talk about today because it's not going to take long, number one. But I'm excited about what we're going to talk about today because this, again, is something, as with everything that I talk about in my lives, in my videos, and definitely in my book, The Lion's Den. It is something that I don't just talk about. It's something that I live and try to live every single day. So I'm going to talk about what we're going to call the triple threat today. The triple threat. Okay, this is a bonus. This is a bonus. We talk about the triple threat, but before we talk about triple threat, I want to make sure that everybody fully understands what we mean when we say the Lions Den. Okay, so let me pull this up for you guys real quick so we can all be on the same page and understand what the Lions Den means. Okay, so here's for those that did not catch episode one. Here's what the Lions Den is, because again, you coming on here every single week and you're like, man, I keep hearing the Lions Den, the Lions Den, the Lions Den, but what in the world is the Lion's Den? So here it is, y'all. Listen, the Lion's Den is a period in time in which an event, circumstance, or condition leads one to a potentially dangerous or a series of unstable situations in life if allowed to carry on unresolved or handled will hinder one's purpose of being fulfilled. Take a screenshot of this so you can understand what the Lion's Den is, right? What do we mean when we say the Lion's Den? And I want to put some emphasis today on this key word, or this key phrase, will hinder one's purpose of being fulfilled. Okay. So what are we going to talk about? We are going to go in today and talk about what I call the triple threat. Triple threat. Triple threat to what? Triple threat to purpose. Triple threat to you becoming everything that God has created you to become. And that's what we do here in the Lion's Den. We take life experiences and we utilize those things to help you to develop the character and the fortitude to be everything that you've been created to be. The Lion's Den is something that everybody goes through. There's not a person on the planet that has never faced the Lion's Den or who will escape this life without ever facing the Lion's Den. And so you want to make sure that you know how to face the Lion's Den, okay? So let's talk about it for a second. What is the Lion's Den again in your life? I want you to think about it, okay? Again, here's the when we look at the definition, I'm not going to go back to it, but when you look at the definition in a nutshell, whatever is hindering you from being everything that you have been destined and preordained to be is a Lion's Den. So, what I've learned in my own life is if I'm allowed to go through a circumstance, if I'm allowed to go through a situation, if I'm allowed to go through an opportunity, what I've learned to call opportunities now, it's there for a reason. What is the reason for the potential setback? What's the reason for the potential roadblock? What's the reason that it appears that doors are closed, right? Because we all go through these seasons when we're navigating through this Lion's Den, and we can hear the growl, we can hear the howling on the other side of the den from the lion that's just waiting to consume you. But what is the purpose of it? Like, why do we have to go through this stuff? And that was the thing. I came, before learning these principles, my mentality was, why do I have to go through this? Right? Why do I have to face this was years ago. Why did I have to face a divorce? Right? Why did I have to feel like the people that I cared for the most turned their backs on me? Why did I have to feel like everybody was against Mike? Now, not saying that that was a reality, but my perception at that time was that everybody was against me. Why did I have to experience that? But what I learned from my mentor years ago was there's a reason. There's a reason that God allows certain things to take place in your life. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm telling you. By me saying God allows it does not mean that God did it, right? God does not necessarily say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna put this on him right now. I don't. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, again, if you go back and watch the episode from last week or the week before, I talked about how God allows what you allow. Okay, let me kind of paraphrase this for a little bit. Remember, we talked about it before that God has given us dominion here in the earth. So everything that God has already put in place for you to fulfill purpose, He's already released it to you. The problem is you don't know how to do what I call the triple threat. The triple threat. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay. What is the triple threat? What is the triple threat? Now, this works better when you understand what your purpose is in life. Okay. And we talked about this before. And if you missed the episode, get the book. Okay. Get the book. It talks about it all through this book on how to first and foremost identify what your purpose is. Okay. Now, I'm not here to tell you that I know what your purpose is. Don't fall for the trap in thinking that anybody can tell you what your purpose is. Nobody can do that but God. No one created you. Only God, the manufacturer of your life, can reveal to you what your purpose is. So please don't fall for that trap. But if you want to have some ideas and some things that would get your mind turning towards you being able to discover what that is, it's in the book, okay? But I will tell you this, one of them for sure is what I call whatever makes you uniquely angry. I'm not going to go into it, but it's whatever makes you uniquely angry is a clear indication on as up to what your purpose may be in life, and you need to be able to identify that and be able to walk in it boldly without apology, right? Like, I no longer make accommodations for people. Oh man, okay, all right, here go a Lions Den moment. I no longer make accommodations for people that's unaware of their purpose for me to seclude what God has given me to fulfill in my life. Oh my God. I no longer make accommodations for anybody that's unaware of their own purpose for me to seclude and hold back what God has called me to do in my own life. I don't need anybody's platform. I don't need anybody's accolades. I don't need anybody's pat on the back. I'm not saying that egotistical. I'm saying that from a place of conviction and confidence in who God has created me to be. I've faced some lions in my life and I've learned how to apply this triple threat. So, what is the triple threat? Number one, when you understand what your purpose is, you have to do the first M, which is called maintain. You have to be able to maintain what it is that God has called you to do. How do you maintain it? You maintain it by first accepting that this is who I am. We talked about it last time, right? When we used the story from The Lion's King and Mufasa was telling Simba, you are more than what you've become. Now, I'm going to say that same thing to you. Even in the midst of everything that you may be facing right now in your life, you are more than what you've become. There's nothing or nobody that can convince me otherwise that you cannot become more than who you are. You can have the best marriage, you can have the best business, you can have the best relationships, the best job, whatever it is, right? You are still more than what you've become. And if you're going to fulfill purpose and make it out of this lion's den, you have to learn how to accept that. And when you accept that, now you can get yourself in a mental position, in a heart posture to maintain what it is that God has called you to do. Okay. So you have to be able to maintain it. That's the first M. The second M is you have to be able to manage it. Understanding that what God is giving you is a gift and it's not for you to just rest on it. The Bible says that a man's gift will make room for him and set him before great men. Nowhere, nowhere in the Bible will you find anyone that exposed the gift and God didn't blow them up. Some people don't want to hear that kind of stuff. Listen, every time you expose the gift that God has willingly given you and you cultivate that gift, you manage that gift because you understand that you're just a steward over it. When you manage that gift effectively, God will begin to open up doors for you to expose the gift that He's giving you to draw people to Him. It's not for personal gain, it's not for personal glory. It is for you to expose the gift so people can know who he is. I hope y'all hearing me, okay? You have to be able to manage this gift effectively if God is going to release more to you. Man, I hope you get it. Hope you get it, okay? So maintain, manage, and then the third one is you have to maximize. You have to maximize that gift. What does that look like? That means that you're going to take the seed of that gift and you're going to continue to plant it. Continue to plant it. No matter what it looks like, continue to plant. It may not look like it's growing, but a seed begins to germinate under the soil where no one can see it. The seed begins to germinate underneath the soil where no one can see it. So after a while, you begin to see some things sprout up through the air or through the ground, and all of a sudden you start to see things start to move. Momentum starts to carry, right? It reminds me of those Looney Tune cartoons where Daffy Duck or yeah, Daffy Duck could be like on the top of the hill, Coyote, Wile E. Coyote. Some of y'all probably don't even know who that is. Dang, I just aged myself. Dang. Wile E. Coyote used to be on the top of the hill and he'll roll that boulder down, right? And the more that boulder was rolling, the more momentum it began to pick up. And whatever or whoever was behind that thing, either they better get out the way or they're going to get crushed. That's how our gifts are. Nobody can stop you from exposing your gift but you. You're the only one that can do that. So you maximize it by planting seeds of your gift everywhere that God releases you to do it. Everywhere that God releases you to expose your gift, you have to plant the seed and trust the process that He is going to be the one that's going to produce the fruit. You just plant the seed. Just plant the seed. What does that mean? Again, every time you plant the seed, you are maximizing. You're maximizing what God has given you. When you do that on a consistent basis, when you maintain, when you manage, and when you maximize what it is that God has given you, the lion has no chance. I'm speaking from experience. When you can maintain, when you can manage, and when you can maximize the gift that God has given you, the lion has no chance to devour you and to consume you. The only way that that lion is going to get a hold to those heels and begin to consume you is if you don't maintain, you don't manage, and you don't maximize the gift that God has given you, because now you live in this fabricated life. Ooh, that's one for a different. That's a different Lions Den moment. But you got to stop living this fabricated life. Okay, stop trying to duplicate who someone else is. That's the reason that nothing is happening for you. We're in this season where God is just doing some amazing things, but you got to be in position to receive what it is that He has for you. Okay. And you can't get jealous and bogged down and intimidated when someone else is walking in that gift. You can't do that. You just have to do and be who God has created you to be. Okay. Now, again, 16 minutes in, I'm getting ready to close it out already. Again, maintain, manage, and maximize the gift. I want to do something for you guys that's been rocking with me these last several weeks with the Lions Den. Again, if you're getting anything out of this, okay, if you've been getting anything out of any of these podcasts or any of the content, I want you to drop one nugget that you got out of here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put your name in a drawing to get a copy of my book, okay? And it's going to be completely random, completely random. I'm gonna put it in. Y'all know that little spinning wheel thing. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna actually do that on the next live. Okay, I will announce the winner on the next live because I want to make sure that you guys are getting access to these principles and you're applying it. Again, this is not something that I just read in the book, y'all. I live this. I live these principles on a consistent basis. My wife will tell you, Jock will tell you, like I'm never on here just faking the funk. That ain't how I roll. What you see is what you get. And I want to show you how to get out of the lion's den. Okay. So comment below. Let me know what you got out of this. How are you personally going to maintain? How are you personally going to manage? And how are you personally going to maximize the gift that God has given you? And I want to hear you roar. I want to hear you come out of this lion's den, and I want to see you on the other side. Listen, I'm on the other side of this lion's den in many moments in my life, and I'm waiting to see a glimpse of you coming through. I'm waiting to see that lion begin to turn around and go look for somebody else because somebody else is weaker. And not saying that I want to see somebody get devoured. Y'all, hopefully y'all hear me. Oh my God, hopefully y'all hear what I just said. Listen, I don't want you to get devoured. I don't, but I do understand that everybody doesn't have what it takes. Everybody doesn't have what it takes. But if you hear and you watching the Lions Den, then you, my friend, I believe, has what it takes in order to make it through. So hopefully, again, this was something that you could take, you can apply in your own life, and I want to hear about it. Okay. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for the night because I have done what God told me to do. I released it, what He'd had for me to share with you tonight, and I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. So I appreciate y'all for checking in. I appreciate y'all for tuning in each and every week. And as always, oh, I thought I went out. As always, y'all know I used to always end my videos like this. Listen, as always, when you are living in your purpose, there's no such thing as competition. Okay? Never forget that. Never, ever forget that. When you are living in your purpose, there is no such thing as competition. All right? So, with that being said, I love y'all. See y'all. See y'all next week. God bless.